Hello guys, it's Hudson. I am back in front of the camera recording a video face-to-face talking to you for the first time in a long time. And that's about it, so roll the intro. I have made quite a few videos actually in the past like 6 months, 6 or 7 months that I have put on my channel, and they are private. And that's because I do not really know how I want to handle my YouTube channel in the future. Or actually, I should say that I didn't know how to handle it in the future. I think now I'm arriving at like a good point. And sorry I keep rocking back and forth. I'm sitting in my wonderful swivel chair, and if I lean forward, it will squeak. So I'm trying to do minimal squeaking here. I don't really like looking back on my YouTube channel has been very interesting to me as someone who has changed a lot in the past year, because the fact that someone can perceive you is an alarming fact to me. Like the fact that no matter how hard you try to look how you want to look, and no matter how hard you try to be who you want to be, people will still perceive you as something you aren't, because that's how people work. They don't, like, you just naturally perceive someone as an image that almost can never be the correct version of themselves, which is very complicated. But it's kind of true. Like, you almost have to get to know a person like intimately in every facet of their life to actually like know them, and you still don't really know them because no matter how close you get to someone, you don't know what goes on inside their head. Like, you don't know. You really don't. So that's what's hard looking back on my videos from my YouTube channel that I love and I cherish, because they're like little high school or / college, like little love childs that I make, that I put so much love and energy into, and then I let them go out into the world, and then they are perceived by you. They are perceived by the internet, and they are perceived by who watches them. And it's crazy to me how, looking back on them, it's obvious that I like don't know who I am in them, especially the ones where I'm talking and where I'm in front of the camera and where I'm doing a lot. It's easy to see that like that person in front of the camera wants to look a certain way and be a certain person, and then the person editing, who like edits the video, puts it together, the same me obviously, but like a little bit of a different mentality, is putting it together for it to then be perceived on the internet. So it's this very complicated idea to process, that when you change, when I have changed, I look back on these previous videos with a new light that's almost like seeing them for the first time, but it's also not, because I obviously made them and I remember making them. But at the same time, I almost don't remember it. It feels foreign to me. It feels so distant. It's crazy to look back on videos and be like, wow, other people can perceive them and look at them, and I am so different. And it's crazy to think that they're still out there, and I've chosen the ones that I still like in a way for them to be perceived. I haven't kept up every single video from over the years. And yeah, the thing is about those old videos is I didn't even know who I wanted to be in real life. And so thus that is kind of reflected online. Because online you can choose. You can choose a lot of what you want to be reflected as of you. You can be like, okay, I want this part of my life to be online, and this part of my life to be online, and then this part to not be, and this part to not be. And as someone who doesn't really know who they are, it's easy to like see when they slip in and out of not knowing what they want to be online and what they don't want to be online. So my YouTube channel is very diverse, is a very kind way to put it. There's lots of short films, and then there's vlogs, and then there's random like eating segments. Remember those? I love those. They're so fun. And it's just, I made a very diverse catalog of videos trying to reflect who I was, but it was still clear the whole time that I didn't really know. It's very obvious that younger Hudson didn't really know who he was. I'm not about to say that I know who I am fully. I think the joy of life is you never do. You just continue, and then you eventually come to multiple conclusions of I know who I am, and then nope, you grow more, and then now I know who I am, and you grow more, and now I know who I am. But I think for the first time in my entire life, I can confidently say I know who I am, which is crazy, because it doesn't sound like something someone would say. Like, oh, I don't know who I am. But it is something I would say to a past person if they had asked. But no one ever asked. No one was, that's not a question you just ask somebody, but it's easy to deduct that I didn't know who I was based on those previous YouTube videos and my social platforms. It was easy to kind of see that, oh, Hudson's posting this, he's posting this, and they are an aspect of a reflection of who he is, but they're also not. And so I think it's really important to make genuine content and genuine videos that feel genuine. And I used to always wonder when I was making those, I was like, why are these not blowing up? In my mind, this is a good, the person in this seems interesting. This person seems watchable. And I'm obviously referring to me. And now looking back, I'm like, well, I think when you don't know who you are, and thus when your actions in a video aren't genuine, it's easy to kind of see through that as a viewer. And then I think that's less interesting because people who aren't genuine are not a waste of time, but you almost feel like you aren't spending your time doing something productive or valuable. I don't know how much people actually put weight on their YouTube time being productive. I do. I want to watch something that makes me happy, or I learn something, or I grow as a person watching something. So I feel like I don't want to take everything down because I love the stuff that I've made. But at the same time, I want to move forward being very genuine and open and honest and talking through things, because there's no point in being in front of a camera and showing parts of your life in these weird detached segments without giving an audience the full picture. And I'm talking in lots of very weird broad marketing terms in a way, but it's kind of how social media is. You're marketing yourself to someone, and I don't like that. I don't like that because in my past when I didn't really know who I was, that didn't work because the social media platforms they raise people up who have a good I'm trying to think of how to say this. They have to have a good way of presenting themselves. And if they're uniform and put together, there are people out there who are disingenuine, but they put a genuine face forward for social media. And then those people are often very successful because they have figured out the science of their own personal life and online. And I think that that's a whole problem of our generation of people, is we watched those YouTubers who were super fake but looked genuine on the outside rise to fame, and then we were like, oh, I can do that. And that is not, do not aim to be like that. Do not aim to have a fake side of you that's for social media and a real side of you that's inside, because that doesn't work. And I feel like we've seen the downfall of so many celebrities and YouTubers and people who have this double life that crumbles down because your mind is not meant to have two people up in there fighting each other. And I feel like I, for so many years, had the two people up there fighting of oh, this is you who is genuine, and then this is who people want you to be, and thus who you want to be perceived as. Does that make sense? Other people tell you subconsciously kind of what they want, and so thus you think that what you want is what they want, and so then you're suddenly trapped in this oh, how I'm acting is reflecting other people and not really reflecting me internally. And I think it's really important to know who you are in real life. That is the number one priority. It is not that important to know who you are online. I don't think that out of the two, you must know who you are as a real life person. And then if you can't get past that to then know who you are as online, don't try. It's not worth it. Trying that is just not worth your time because it is so much more important to be a genuine person in real life. So that's what I've been doing. I feel like these past, I don't really know when I'm trying to do the math. Maybe August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Wow. 10-ish months since my last video that I still have up. I feel like I've done a lot of changing, and that's good because you're if you're gonna do any aspect of changing, change in real life. Don't change for social media or on social media. So I do want to continue making videos, and I do want to continue working on stuff online because it's fun and it's enjoyable and it helps me grow, and I think it helps other people grow, but it's way more important to be growing in real life. So I feel like that's what I've kind of been doing for the last 10 months, and I think I am now a reflection of that, and I want to reflect that online now because I think I'm in a space where I'm ready to, good. like in a space that I'm now in a place where I'm ready to do such a thing, ready to be online and just be genuine and talk about how I'm doing and talk about what I love. And I love filmmaking, I love photography, and I love TV shows and movies, and I want to talk about those things. But I don't want it to seem disingenuous that I'm talking about it to like get a trending title, or like I'm talking about it to feel like to feel like trendy. I hate that word too. It's like, what even is trendy? The trends are often what is defined by people's inner reflection of wanting something that they don't understand. So then they see something's trending and they're like, oh wait, this appeals to something in me, but I don't really understand what that is. I will watch it. So the idea of something trending or being trendy is stupid to me. It's important to like watch what you want to watch and like do what you want to do, make videos and take photos of stuff you like, and then let that just flow out into the world. And then if people don't like it, fuck them. Like, just let them do their thing, you know? Let it be. I think is more important. Letting yourself and your artwork be is so much easier and often more productive than like forcing it to be something that it's not. I don't want to sound like I'm pretentious or like grazing over lots of deep topics and not diving into them, because I don't want to dive into all these topics right now. I just want to say that I'm thankful for you who are currently watching. I love you guys, and I am so happy that I know more who I am now, and it is good to be able to say like I didn't know who I am, like I don't know who I am. It's good to say that, and it's also good to like also say that I know who I am. I can actually say that past Hudson did not know who he was, and now I know who I am more so, and that's all I have to say. I love you guys. I'm excited to make some more videos. I want to talk more about movies I like, TV shows I like, photography, filmmaking, that kind of thing. I'm excited to go on this next step in my YouTube channel. I don't really know if in the future I'm going to look back and make this my earliest video. My roommate is dropping something. I don't know, because like this is kind of like a new start for this channel. Like I still have the second channel, but the second channel also was kind of birthed out of not knowing who I wanted to be perceived, how I wanted to be perceived. And I still love the idea of the second channel, but I don't love the idea of needing to restart in order to be perceived as a new person when I want to be able to be perceived as a timeline of growth. So, enough nasty psychology marketing jargon. I love you guys. I think I've said that multiple times now, but I do. And I will see you soon in a future video. Have a great rest of your day, and see ya.